挽回。
He does the whole thing! He does the whole thing!
Welcome back to the channel. Today we are probably going on a victory lap or declaring something which you've always known to be true. The world is healing. Right? This is from IGN. And they're declaring that the new Onimusha could be as sharp as Sekiro without the Soulslike difficulty. What does this mean? Online, the tides are changing. Everyone is tired. People have been tired or being able to declare that they're tired of Soulslike. We need to return back to form of goated hack and slash games instead of the overplayed out Bloodborne, Souls-like games that have been dominating the industry for too many years. I wouldn't say they've been dominating the industry. They've just been, okay, fine. You have the critical acclaim, Demon Souls, Dark Souls. And because of that critical acclaim, all the devs were making that type of game. And trust me, guys, the games are all the same. If you played Dark Souls, if you played Bloodborne, if you've played Demon Souls, if you've played Elden Ring, you've played all of them. They're all the same game. All these games are the same. And we're talking about Bloodborne, and Dark Souls. These are games from 10 years ago. Wu-Tang, which you're watching right now, is from 2025 and it has the same mechanics, roughly. The only thing will just be a slight change where you gain feathers by dodging at the last minute, or Bloodborne, where you can restore health immediately you get hit, or what's the one? So Wu-Tang, you get, enhanced by dodging, and then Wolong, you get enhanced by parrying. Wolong is parry, Wu-Tang is dodge. But it's the same thing. You just saw the parry there. Saw the parry there again. It's just all about parrying. And then Wu-Tang is all about dodging. Last second dodging. Of course, traditional Souls like in rolling, dodging and rolling and trying to survive a formidable onslaught. Where you have a limited bar, the enemy doesn't. The enemy just does what the hell they want and they torment you. And for years I've been saying that games don't need this level of threat. I had hoped or wished that Soulslike, or let's call it its real name, Musclecore, would remain a niche. Not niche per se, because of course it never remained niche. The hope was that it would be its own type of game, and then other games could come out and thrive. But everybody made their game Soulslike. Everybody made their game Massacre. Oh, it's difficult and challenging. And the most annoying part of this deception is the fact that when they're marketing this game, one of these Chinese games coming out, they're all Soulslike, but they market it as though they're action games. So they speed up the trailers, they speed up the action, and they market the game like a Devil May Cry, but it turns out to be just yet another Dark Souls game. That's what happened with Wu-Tang. That's what happens with all the games. They market it like a Devil May Cry, but it turns out to be another Dark Souls clone. And they've been doing this for the past 5 years because of this trend of games that started 16 years ago. And of course, I said it already, but I have my bona fide. I am good at video games. But the scam with Soulslike that people are finally able to voice out is, I can articulate it very easily. One, most of these games aren't long. Yes, they will take you 50 hours, 70 hours to complete, but that's because, one, your character is at a significant disadvantage to your opponent. You can't match them toe for toe even at the beginning of the game. And trust me, even at the later stages of the game, you still can't match your enemies. The only game which showed remarkable progress from the beginning of the game to the end when you fight is Neo. Neo is the only game that respected the time and the effort that the gamer put into improving himself. Neo is the only game that did that. I platinumed it very proudly so, because the game actually gives you all the tools. The game actually gives you all the tools to succeed. And it doesn't handicap you in any way. You learn your key, you learn your magic, you learn whatever soft skills you want to learn. And by the time you get up there in level and in skill, you're good. So, and then you have stances that you can switch to adjust to give yourself an edge in battle. You have key bursts, which is also skill. You have all this, you have tools. The game gives you tools. These are different tools we have available. Use them to win. Use what you want to win. The enemies are hard. It's like a Soulslike, but you have a fair chance. But games like this, they strip you of your ability to compete at a high level. Oh, dodge at the last second. But the game, let me tell you something about Soulslike. Soulslike games do not always have good response. There's delayed inputs, that's a fact. There's control issues, camera issues, that's also a fact. So why should I or anybody spend 10 minutes trying to fight one guy who's clearly not even the boss? But for years, as I said, people have been bullied into saying that Soulslike is nice and interesting. It's not. Nobody likes dying 55, 100, 1000. We saw Kaisena. Kaisena does an Elden Ring stream, and you see him literally crying on stream. And everyone is watching it, everyone is enjoying it, they're enjoying his pain. He puts on a heart monitor, and everyone is watching his heart, palpitate and all these things. And what I wonder is, where's the fun in that? Where's the fun? I thought games were meant for people to play and enjoy, not to watch others suffer. But truly, that has been the biggest moment of Elden Ring. The biggest moment of Elden Ring is everyone watching Kaisena suffer and cry playing the game. That's been the biggest moment of Elden Ring. And then you go online and it's, this guy plays Bloodborne with a Guitar Hero controller. This guy plays Bloodborne with his eyes closed. So I broke it down and I'll show you what my comment was. And my comment was inspired by this game. Because I got this game thinking that Wuchang was going to be a different game, because it looked like an action game. I thought it was like Stellar Blade, basically. I thought it was like a Stellar Blade type game where instead of, Eve is this girl who, has feathers for some reason. Of course, I had a sneaking suspicion. Once you see the ugly bosses, then you realize that's a Soulslike, because that's one hallmark of Soulslike games. The developers are not creative enough to design beautiful bosses that will inspire you. So they just draw any rubbish. And it's like, it's supposed to be grotesque or whatever. It's at this stage, it's well-produced AI slop. And I'll stand on that in front of anyone. So obviously, since I put down Wuchang, I picked up Armored Core. Armored Core is made by the same people who made Dark Souls. So you just wonder, right? FromSoft, they were making FromSoft were making what's it called? FromSoft were making Armored Core, right? They've been making Armored Core for many years, since at least 1997. For some reason, they never became mainstream until. So let's see how they started. Let's see where they came from. Who are these people? The first game is called Kingsfield. It wasn't released in other regions. Then they did, who cares? Then they did Armored Core. So this is where we now know who FromSoftware is. People like calling them the guys that made Tenchu. No, they did not make Tenchu. They only did one game for Tenchu. So let's even stop that, because they're trying to say that Sekiro is a spiritual successor to Tenchu. And that's how stupid gamers are. They don't know their history. They don't know where Tenchu came from. They think FromSoftware are the creators of Tenchu. No, they're fucking not. Alright? They did not make Wrath of Heaven. They did not make Stealth Assassins. They did not make Birth of Stealth Assassins. So, please. Right. So, they released Armored Core. And Armored Core was never a mainstream game. I don't know if they even competed with Gundam. What's the reception? How many games have they sold? How many copies have Armored Core games sold? Not even certain, right? So they made, okay, funny thing, where's Ninja Blade? Where is Ninja Blade? Okay, so they published Wrath of Heaven. They didn't make it. They bought the rights to the series. So they bought it. They paid, right? They paid for Tenchu. They did not create Tenchu. All right. Now, where is Ninja Blade? Ninja Blade isn't here. Dark Demon Souls is where they became mainstream. And as I said, everyone makes their games like this. And then you now have Armored Core, which Armored Core 6. I mean, I played it. I've never played an Armored Core game, but because of the goodwill that they generated with all the old games, let me play this. And oddly enough, this feels more like a game. It feels more like a game than all the games they've ever made before, all the so-called Souls games. Why? Because the game gives you tools. The game gives you the means and the avenues to succeed. The game wants you to win. It's not some stupid, masochistic BDSM relationship. You are actually able to win or lose on your own merit. But clearly in the Souls games, you are at a severe demerit. You are at a severe disadvantage. You cannot win. You are not supposed to win. And I thoroughly enjoyed this game. I give it a 9 out of 10. It's a good game. But then they choose to make Elden Ring, Dark Souls, Demon Souls, all the games so difficult, it's so challenging. It's like, maybe it's because I'm old, but nobody, people my age, we don't have time to spend 50 hours on a 12-hour game because the game is quote-unquote hard. We don't have that time. So now, as I said, the cause for celebration because games media, they are moving away from the hype of Soulslike. Well, it's positive that the game is not Soulslike. There was a Chinese game that was announced recently. They're like, it's not Soulslike, it's not Soulslike. But why are we having to tell everyone that the game is not a Soulslike? They said the dev said the game is not a Soulslike. But one, I don't believe it. I forget what the game was called. But I look at where Winds Meet. Phantom Blade Zero. Let's see if Where Winds Meet is a Soulslike. So it's an RPG. I want to see whether it's a Soulslike. Gameplay. Multiple different weapons and fighting styles. 20 kilometer. Is it open world? So it's an open world wuxia game. We're not seeing whether it's Souls-like or not. But Phantom Blade Zero looks more like an action game. Blocking, parrying, dodging. Brutal moves, Shachi, okay. Whatever. So the gamers are now no longer scared of being bullied and peer pressured into liking Souls-like. And for me, it's been a very slow build. I don't care where we started. And here are my comments. I never liked Souls-like. Never. As I said, the only game I really liked and enjoyed was Nioh. And Nioh is the first ever Souls-like. Because it was announced in 2005. It's good that the normies are starting to see the light. Remake Dante's Inferno. Stand by that 1000%. Okay, so so this is my comment on it. Right? Those are my opening comments. This is my thoughts. Playing Wu Chang and suffering and having a headache. I think I beat the woman. There's a woman who uses hands and legs. You fight her in like the middle of a castle, like on the water and stuff. So I beat her finally, and I gave up. I was mentally and physically exhausted after that boss fight. So I wrote this in one sitting. Soulslikes, or muscle core games as they're more accurately called, are games that are suited for today's world of pornography and cuckoldry. The gamer is teased with the promise of a fast, playable, enjoyable game, but is instead greeted with slow response, timed, uncancelable attacks, and uninterruptible enemies. Am I wrong? No. Frustrated, the gamer goes online to watch other people play the game, pornography, and he derives pleasure in watching the pain of others. Remember, we watch Kaisenat struggle and rage and, piss himself and cry over a game, as well as elation in their triumph, cuckoldry. So both like games are pornography and cuckoldry. Because when Kaizenat wins, you're happy for him, you celebrate with him. But for God's sake, it's a game that you are supposed to play. You are supposed to be the one beating Melania or Melena or whatever her name is, not you watching Kaizenat do it. That's pornography, that's cuckoldry. In real life, however, this self-same gamer must pretend to others and himself that he does enjoy this game, as he doesn't want to appear weak or skill issue or get good. I humbly offer a shoulder to lean on, and as I whisper to you, it's not you, brother, it's the games. These games all fucking suck. I don't care what anyone says about Elden Ring, it fucking sucks. And we all do know why, but it's like your brain you've been beaten down and bullied and peer pressured into saying that you like Elden Ring. You don't like it because it's a frustrating game. In fact, people even hate on Elden Ring for having exploits or builds that make the game easy to, or quote unquote, easy to win. If everyone remembers, there's the mimic tier and all these other funny things. Of course, I've never played the game, but I know so much about it because everyone won't fucking shut up about it. Whatever. Anyways, it's designed to waste your time, young samurai. A game which, if it were properly designed, would take 12 to 20 hours, now takes 30 to 50 hours because of poor mechanics, latent control, and general bad design. Wasting 80 hours to complete a 12-hour game becomes a thing of pride. Yet, we all know that most people just watch others play this game. Morality is determined by the calendar, but the truth is the same. From Demon Souls to Wuchang, Soulslike is the same game. Ooh. It's the same game, guys. There is no difference between Wuchang and any other fucking Soulslike. They're all the same game. It's the same game, guys. It's the same game. Video games are supposed to be fun and enjoyable. And the challenge is fun, but with massacre games like Dark Souls and all those ones, the entire system is against you. The entire system. The developers do not even bother to give you a nice CGI intro to at least tell you what they're doing or what the game's actually about. Ooh, that's hard. I don't remember saying that. But it's clear that this is a divine revelation. Do you remember in the olden days, right, when you build up a game, let's say, right? When you put up a game, you get an intro. You get an intro, like the game actually shows you like a CGI intro, and like it looks nice. You see, you have the Izayoi blade and whatever. Let's listen. So see this part. So you have this nice 3 minutes, sit down, you watch it, you enjoy it. This game is really awesome. You play the game, you enjoy the game, you go to bed. You finish the game, it takes you a while, but you finish it. But your character wakes up and you're Bloodborne with no memories. That's how your game begins. No intro, nothing. You just wake up and you're Bloodborne, create your character, and then you play. And your character has no voice. Your character is not a character because he's not been designed. They give you, idiot, you moron, you retard, you design the main character. I don't understand that. Why do I have to design the character? Why don't you do it? Why don't you give him a voice? Let's hear what he sounds like. Let's see your vision. 10 years ago, you woke up as Bloodborne with no memories. 10 years later, you wake up and you're Wuchang Fallen Feathers with no memories. Like, how? Why is that the same thing? You are inundated with paragraphs of text and mechanics that a competent gamer should already know, but because of the antagonistic design and accusatorial mechanics, it takes a separate 3-4 hours to even decipher what is being said. That was my challenge with Wuchang. Wuchang has so many different mechanics. Yes, I know how to gain feathers. You gain feathers by dodging at the last minute. I know how you gain positive, is it morale? Or yeah, this bar here is your morale meter, I think. And then it allows you to use your techniques or whatever. There's too much information. You're just inundated with stuff that you have to keep up with. Anyway, your character has no voice and speaks no word. That's true. I just completed Wolong, and the guy did not say one thing, even though you chose the voice. You designed the voice, you changed the page, you adjusted the page, and he said not one word. He just grunted a few times. Anyway, all you hear is your own screams of frustration. Video games are supposed to be fun. Masochism is perverted and pornographic in nature. This open letter is to all gamers out there who have been peer pressured into professing that Souls-like games are good. Those who have been browbeaten into playing the same game since 2009. My message to you is this. It's okay to speak the truth. It's okay to prefer video games over this woke, pornographic, masochistic, cuckoldry trend. A small breath of fresh air that came this year, January 23rd, 2025. A small breath of fresh air came this year on January 23rd, 2020. Yes, time does fly. We will get another on October 21st, 2025. Time stops flying in the present. Is it possible for people to not make Souls-like? Or is Onimusha going to be Souls-like? Maybe GTA 6, FIFA? So, it's possible to make an RPG action without making it Souls-like. It's difficult, but it's possible. TLDR, Souls-like is masochism. In before any retardation, a Platinum Neo 100%. Souls-like are pornographic video game, BDSM, and voyeurism. Where's the line? They're designed to be played by streamers while their viewers goon at the difficulty, voyeuristic sadism for the viewer, masochism for the streamer. Bro, stop making these porn games thing. That was Wu-Chang. This is all Wu-Chang. Wu-Chang caused all the people suffered in silence for 16 years. Now everyone has the courage to admit that they don't like Souls-like. Better late than never. It was always peer pressure. You were told to like Souls-likes. Please, guys, leave in the comments any lies you hear in this video. Type them out in the comments. Let's go. I've played it. It's a bit of a headache, but so is every Souls-like. I'm saying I'm not seeing any problems other than regular attendance Souls-like issues. The complaints are likely by some obscure... Okay, this is about the technical issues that Wu-Chang was facing. Anyways, they speed up the trailers for Souls-like games to make them look like actual action games. The only Souls-like I ever enjoyed was Neo, the father of all Souls-like. It shocks and saddens me that everyone is so anti-Souls-like today. It means that they've been suffering in silence for 16 years, pretending to enjoy the slop because of the critical acclaim from the gaming media zeitgeist. Souls-like is pornography in video games. I mean, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you don't like Souls-like, or if you've always not liked them, but because you've been brainwashed or influenced by gaming media and your friends online into saying that those games are good, even though you did not buy most of those games. Look, oh my God, let's do this. But please, guys, like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let's do this. List of Souls-like games, right? I want you guys to do some list of Souls-like games. Where is okay, see, 29 best Souls-like games of all time. See? Look at what they're writing. The difficulty is part of the fun, guys. Oh, they made a Star Wars Souls-like. Okay, whatever. There are 20. Okay, so these are the 29 best Souls-like games. Guys, one, there are 29 games. Let me know which of these games you bought, which of these games you finished, and which, if any, you platinum, or you bought all the gamer score. These are the best 29, but there may be more. This was written in 2025, so Black Myth Wukong should be here. Let's go. Ender Magnolia. Nobody played this game. Press Berserker. Okay, people would have played this, right? How many of these games did you buy? It looks cool, but it's a Souls-like. Who fucking cares? Path of Exile. I don't think that counts. Elden Ring Night Rain. Okay. Black Myth Wukong, number 25. I don't think Hades counts. Elden Ring Shadow of Earth 3. I don't think this counts either. Lords of the Fallen. They made 2 Lords of the Fallen games. 2. Okay. Did you play this? Did you enjoy it? What was the other game? Lords of the Fallen. There was another one that was similar to it. I forget. Anyway, Lies of P. This one too was very critically acclaimed. Everybody was shouting and screaming about it. Whatever. Then, what next? Armored Core. Okay, here we fucking go. They are calling Armored Core a Souls-like. Wow. So that kind of defeats... Is it true that Armored Core is a Souls-like? Is it because you get 3 healing? You get 3 healing and then you have to upgrade how much healing the healing does. I guess that's a Souls-like trope. Wow. So Armored Core is a Souls-like. But I don't agree that it's a Souls-like. I don't agree. Because Armored Core doesn't have level where you go to open a door. Like you fight all these very difficult enemies. And then there's a door ahead of you that is supposed to give you progress into the next area. And then it says, this door cannot be opened from this side. The door can only be opened from the other side. Every single fucking Souls-like is like that. Every single one. So I don't know if this bar here is from Neo or not Neo. This bar here is from Sekiro. I've not played it. I've not played an armored core before, but basically once this bar gets full, you are unable to do anything, which is kind of like a state of instruction because all Souls-like games have a stamina bar, and Sekiro had a bar like this for your parries or whatever. Anyway, so armored core is a Souls-like. I beg to differ. I beg to differ because the game is armored core is extremely responsive. It's okay, yes, it has a stamina bar, but can I really call it a Souls-like? I can't. I struggle to call it a Souls-like because you're facing so many enemies at once in most cases. You are not at a significant disadvantage. Like the odds are not against you. You're not even like yes, this boss fight we're looking at is quite fast. What's it been? I guess it's quite fast or whatever, but you are in the zone. Like you are able to match. You can feel yourself being matched up with this robot. But in most Souls-like game, every enemy or every significant enemy is at a technical advantage over you. But here you're fighting on your own terms. You're doing damage on your own terms. Look at like I'm not the greatest Souls-like quote unquote Souls-like player ever, but I'm doing very well against this because I have the tools. I grinded. I got the parts and everything that I need, and I'm here fighting on even playing field with this. Look, destroyed. So I find it difficult. I find it inaccurate to call armored core a Souls-like. What is a Souls-like? Star Wars Jedi is a Souls-like. Okay, I mean, I find that strange. This is Souls-like. Look at this. This you can tell this is a Souls-like. Surge, another fucking game. Ender Lilies. I don't know what that is. What is this? So people were whacking up over this game. Oh, it's 8-bit or 6-bit. Oh, it looks so rubbish. But people jerk off over it. Fucking animal. I mean, what are these games? This is a Souls-like game? This one, okay, yeah, Code Red, yeah, Code Red. But it's Souls-like. So the question remains: how many of these games did you buy? How many of these games did you play? How many of these games did you finish? How many of these games did you enjoy? Are you serious? Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was voted the best Souls-like by Game. This is a very retarded article. This is retarded. 29 best Souls-likes of all time. Is this in any particular order? From Demon Souls to Dark Souls to Bloodborne to Sekiro, FromSoftware made a name for themselves with their Soulsborne games, leading to the Elden era, synonymous with difficult but ultimately rewarded gameplay. That's not true. In fact, the only game that actually rewards you is Neo, because Neo implements a loot system. Neo implements loot that gives you good stuff. Those other games, you don't get good stuff from bosses. What do they drop for you? They don't drop much. Please, I think we're tired of this term. We should leave this term behind in 2025. By God's grace, when Grand Theft Auto comes in 2056, we can finally shut up about this nonsense. And clearly, it's GTA's fault. GTA 4 wasn't that mainstream, so a game like Souls came out. GTA 3 didn't, it didn't stay for too long. And GTA 5, sorry, didn't stay for too long. And then we have this. Get rid, man. Get rid. That being said, guys, are you hopping off the Soulsborne train? Are you hopping off the Souls-like train? Can we leave Souls-like back in 2025? Can we just leave? Let's just leave FromSoftware to make Souls-like game. How about that? Right? So Bandai Namco, Koei Tecmo, Capcom, everyone, stop making Souls-like games. Leave them to make their own Souls-like games. How about that? I think that's the key medium between both positions, because I don't like seeing new games that look very nice, but they all follow the same fucking formula. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
do I invoke the ancient pact of binding. Once more, the wicked stand before us, threatening the sacred communion between your realm and mine.
We have been here before. We watch your petty world slumbering. You cannot defy the call of the mass deal. You can only surrender.
I saw a long ship made of the claws of dead men. The wraiths drove everyone to the shore. My daughter too. No man who meets the hunt returns to this world.
I returned.